Victor Davis Hanson, you're a great scholar. That's why I love your writing so much because of it. You could say so much more. What I gave is just a tiny slice. I want you to just expand on the dangers of what's being proposed here.
Well, I mean, we've always had socialists, Sean, you know, Eugene Debs or Norman Thomas or Upton Sinclair, and they've never succeeded because we know from history that taking from somebody through government coercion destroys initiative, and then it creates a laxity for the recipient. But I think this is a little bit even scarier than just socialism, because this is more French Revolution, Maoist revolution, because what Ocasio-Cortez and her supporters are talking about is not just a 90% income tax on the top rates, or a wealth tax, or, you know, abolition of student debt. It's more inclusive. I mean, they don't want to just not build the wall. They want to tear the wall down and open the border. They don't just want abortion. They want abortion as permissible infanticide. They want a 16-year-old vote in California. They want felons to vote in Florida. They want to abolish ICE. They want to abolish electoral college. And they're warring against the very traditions of America. It's not just take down Confederate statues, but tear down Christopher Columbus's image. And where I work at Stanford, Father Sarah, they removed his name from the mall. And when Ocasio-Cortez was starting to trash Roosevelt and Reagan, I'm thinking, my God, if it wasn't for FDR, we wouldn't have had a country for her to come to. Exactly. Yeah. He defeated Hitler. He was a great leader. So was Reagan in the Cold War.
Yeah, my father, I mean, as my mother and father said, these were desperate times. Most people, and I lived this way for a big part of my life, I never thought I'd have any, you know, I followed radio because it was my heart, but you know, 10 years of my life in restaurants, 10 years labor, construction, and I was very blessed and fortunate. Most people live in fear. They live because if they have maybe 2 months' salary, they can survive. And this promise of everything free and all your worries taken away, it's appealing, but it's a false promise. And I don't think people see that this is totally unattainable or possible, what they're saying.
It is, and it's also scary because the people who engineer these revolutions always believe that they're so morally pure that the ramifications of their own ideology don't apply to themselves. So that's why Ocasio-Cortez has a chief of staff who's a multimillionaire. Or Mark Zuckerberg doesn't want a wall on the border, but he wants one around his estate. The same thing with the Green Deal won't be applicable. I think she thinks, Sean, that she's going to replay 1972 and go the full McGovern, and this time Woodstock Nation is going to beat the silent majority because she thinks it's changing demography and we've gone hard left. And I just don't think that's true. I think people, when they see the totality of this revolutionary movement, they're going to say, I don't want to give up my lawnmower. I don't want to give up jet travel. I really do honor ICE. I think they protect us. And so I don't think she's going to pull it off.
I want to bring you back.
I don't think there's a chance in blank that she can.
I think we need really, so many people will want to, those promises are so appealing. You'll never have any fear again, but it won't work. And the danger and the history of it. Victor Davis Hanson, we always love having you. Thank you, sir.